Hi everyone, it's Heather from Courageous Hearts, and I'm so happy to be with you today because I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, not favorite like I like it, but favorite because there's good news about it, and that is anxiety. So there's a lot of anxiety right now in the world with this whole COVID experience that we're all going through, and I want to talk specifically to young people about it. If you're an educator watching this tool falls under the competency, the SEL competencies of self-awareness and self-management. So for students, let's talk a little bit about how anxiety comes about. Because if we can understand that, we can start to manage the anxiety and reduce it and eventually free ourselves from it. I've had anxiety in my past, and I want you to know that there's a way through by understanding how it works and getting more control of thoughts and what goes on inside of us. So anxiety often comes up as a result of this acronym for fear. There it is. So as you can see, on the left-hand side you have fear, and then it's an acronym, I'm going to use it today, for future experiences appearing real, which are basically the mind goes on into what could happen, what oftentimes is not rationally going to happen, but all possible things that can happen. The reason for this is there's a part of our brain that is designed to protect us and that wants to see any possible threat so we can address it before it becomes dangerous or threatening to our lives. And sometimes this does not serve us, and it can result in anxiety. So the first tool, and I'm going to do a series on anxiety because it's not simple and it's not easy, but it can be addressed and it can be worked with. And like I said before, you can free yourself from it. The most powerful first tool that I know about this is to develop a practice of something called, it could be mindfulness. Some people refer to it as just simply paying attention. And in a mindfulness practice, we pay attention to our thoughts. And you might be doing that. A lot of schools are using this right now. There's a lot of really great research backing it. And that practice can help us because we can pay attention to our breath. And then that same part of us that is paying attention to the breath can then pay attention to thoughts and notice some thoughts that are running. For example, I was walking my dog the other day, and we're on a busy road. And I had this thought of, what if she pulls me and gets away from me and runs into the busy road, and then she gets hit by a car, and she's lying there in the gutter, bleeding to death. And I have to go over and get her and try to pick her up, and she's really heavy. And how am I going to do that? And how am I going to get back to my car and get her in there and get to the emergency vet to try to save her life? So this is my thoughts. It was not based at all in reality, but it was future experiences appearing real. And there's a part of me that wants to protect her. I love my dog. And it got to a point where it didn't serve me. I started feeling like, oh my God. However, I noticed this thought, and I was like, oh, that's just a thought. And I'm going to rewind. That's not happening now. And what can I replace that thought with? We're enjoying our walk together. Look at these beautiful daffodils. It's springtime. I'm going to hold on to her. I got her, and let's get through this busy traffic. So it takes mindfulness and being in the now moment to notice the thought, rewind it. And for me, what helped me to notice the thought is I started having some feelings in my body, in my heart area, where I would start to contract. And that was me, oh, there's something going on. Let me just check in with my mindfulness. I was able to rewind and then reset and create a different possible experience. Because if we can create future negative experiences like these ones, we can also go inside, and then why not, if we're going to fantasize of something that could potentially happen, why go negative? Why not create something positive and create that in our lives? So I hope this was helpful. I've had these experiences. I want you to know that you can work with them. You are strong. It's really key to just slow down and find ways to slow the mind down and just examine what their thoughts that are going on there. Because largely it's thoughts that cause future anxiety. And this is a very proactive tool. And if you're educators out there, again, falls under self-awareness and self-management. And I'd encourage you to share this with your students because it's so important, especially right now with everything going on in the world. So it was great being with you today. We're all going to get through this, and we're going to take whatever we can to actually be stronger as a result of going through this. I'm convinced. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care.